How's it everyone, and welcome to this video showcasing my cup holder for the BMW E36. This video is just going to take you through the key features of the cup holder and the parts about it that I like the most. Now of course it needs to be able to hold cups and water bottles, so I have a regular drink here. This is a large drink which also surprisingly fits quite nice. There's a little bit of room around it. 500ml cans do fit in here. Got your water bottles as well. The other parts of this cup holder I really like are, you'll notice these little caps here. So I noticed some designs online, you have exposed bolts, exposed hardware, screws that hold this cup holder down. I didn't want to have anything exposed. I wanted it to look nice and fresh and clean and smooth. These, you can see if you look closely, these little notches. That's where you can put a screwdriver in and pop them out if you ever want to remove it without damaging it. And of course they just pop right into place. Again, you can see everything in the full install video, and I'll showcase a little bit on the bench as well. That's when I have the cup holder open. You can look underneath it, around it, see how I managed to achieve the design and how it functions. Now, for the next part, I'm going to switch the lights off just to show you the part about the cup holder I like the most, and I haven't actually seen it done as yet with any of the other designs. I want to say I'm the first, but again, 8 billion people in the world, so I'm sure someone has done this. Let's switch off the lights and I can show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so interior lights are on. Now watch what happens when I flick on running lights. So you would have seen at the start of the video some very nice glamour shots. This is my favorite part of the cup holder. So you can see when I put my finger down in here, there are lights coming out from the cup holder, as well as your storage container also has nice little lights coming from it. Now, the way I achieve that, if you know your E36 in your ashtray, you have a little light bulb in the corner of your ashtray that shines light in there. And if you ever paid close attention to your ashtray, if you've ever taken it out, you'll notice that in your ashtray, you can see there's a little orange dot. So your ashtray sits like this, and the little orange dot over there, that's where your factory light bulb sits. So the light sits inside over there and gives a little bit of orange glow. Now, that's what I was trying to achieve here as well. So there's little plastic windows over here, and there's one in the back here that are printed in orange plastic, and it uses the same principle as your ashtray, where that little light bulb, there's one light bulb that sits in here and there's one light bulb that sits in here, both in the cup holder itself. So again, a rear light and a middle light. Now of course, some of you only have one light bulb for your ashtray that sits here. The guys that, like me, had a cassette player over here, you will have a second light for your cassette player. Now the nice thing about that, you can use both lights and light it up. But if you only have one light, that's of course not a problem. What you can do, you can either get this light socket with the wire, I believe from BMW. I did see it in a post, somebody did manage to get that. If that's not possible for you, another option is scrapyard dealers. You can get a wire from them with the sockets, pay something cheap and they'll most likely give it to you. And I think the last option is just to get a universal socket mount for this kind of light, and you can use that as well. But again, there's quite a few options to get that light fitted in there, but this is again my most favorite feature of this cup holder. It just ties everything in together, and it just really makes it a pleasure driving around. And you got your water bottle and it's night time. It does give a little bit of a faint glow, so you can actually see and pick it up, and you won't really suffer, finding your keys in the dark, or your cups, or your whatever you have inside here. You shouldn't suffer to find it with that light as well. So I am really proud of the way it came out, the way it looks. And just one last thing, maybe some of you are wondering, I'm saying this is 3D printed, and many of you might not believe it, but it is 3D printed. The way I achieved this very nice glossy finish on the bottom, on the tops, on the side, is with acetone smoothing. So let me know if you guys want me to make a video about the acetone smoothing box. I'm more than happy to do that. The videos that will be coming up next after this one will be how to assemble the cup holder. Again, if you buy it from me, you don't have to assemble it, but the guys that are 3D printing this themselves, just a simple assembly video to show you how it all goes together. The video after that one that I'll upload will be an installation video, how to take this, put it inside your car. Disclaimer, if you can do it without removing the sensor console, but I would advise removing the sensor console, and it's the easiest thing to do. Really, it's just a Phillips head screw that you need. Unless you got armrest, then you might need something a little bit more attention to be paid. But in normal case, very easy to do. And the video after that, if you guys again want, I can do the acetone smoothing box, how I achieved this look. So let's jump over now to the bench, and I can show you how this all fits together, how it looks inside, underneath, and how we achieve this look, and a bit more light so you guys can see the different angles. Okay, alright, so welcome to my bench. This is what I was talking about with the cassette player. You can see there's those two big holes there on the left side, over here and over here. Now, when your cup holder is just normally set in here, of course, if you don't have this hole and you don't want to have the back storage container, that's perfectly fine. Your cup holder will just sit like this and should function nicely. Those little hardware covers, those little sensor caps, really doing their job there, making it nice and smooth and professional. But of course, like I said, if you want to put the storage container in and this is installed in place, all you do is you just line it up and press fit it in. And once it's pressed in, it's hard to actually take it out. So again, looks very nice, and in the installation procedure that'll be in the next videos. Like I mentioned, there's just one screw in the front and one screw in the back of a normal center console without the armrest design that you remove. This whole center console can come out, and that's where you can install this. The reason why I advise to take it out is when you are wiring your wires in the back. So you can see on the cup holder, you have one slot that's coming this way. This is for your rear lights, so there's a little indentation here and your wire can come out this slot, and on the center light that's in the main cup holder, this will come out of here. So let's take a closer look at that. Okay, so this is the cup holder by itself. As you can see, like I was saying earlier in the video, you can see there's the little orange filter. There's a little orange filter, and there's another one there, and there's one here in the back. And these are just little tabs that pull in and pull out. They are held in place by friction. So each of these has a little notch over there that extends into here. So when you place them in, it gets placed in, and then you push down and it clips in. Now, this is where one light sits. One light will sit in that hole, and the other light will sit in this rear hole over there. Now, to make everything as neat and tidy as possible, because I was having an issue with wiring in my initial setup. I was having all the wires come out of one place and it was just not aligning, not making it nice. So your center lights over here, the wires will just come straight out into your center console, and then where we showed earlier, your rear light will sit in here. In here there's a little channel. You can use, I use a mixture of sellotape and double-sided tape in here just to hold that wire firm in place. Makes your life easier, and then when it comes out this side, it goes through that other hole. Now, taking a closer look at the storage container. Again, very simple design. It's just a storage container, but it has this very nice design here on the end. So it's got these little tabs that align the top, keep it in place. It's got this big clip on the side that clips into place, smaller clip on the outer side, and then these three little tabs on the bottom. That just ensures that when you're putting it in, it aligns and then clips into place like so. Now, maybe some of you are asking, why don't I put a big clip on this side? The problem is with the light placement. That light is placed in such a way that if I do make a nice big clip here, kind of creates a little bit of a shadow, and I don't really like that, and it's not really necessary. So there we go. That's how the clip is. That's the storage container, and this is the cup holder itself. Took me a long time to make. I can't even remember how many revisions. I think my Autodesk file is on revision 50, and that's one that I copied from back in the day that I decided to start afresh. My previous one I think had revision 20, so it's it's I think approaching 100 revisions or more. Again, 1 year, I think 2 year plus project. It's too bad Autodesk doesn't have like a rewind for the year that tells you how much time you've spent on each project there. That would be pretty cool. But that's it. That's my cup holder design. This is the little showcase. Yeah, so if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, give it a comment, share it, subscribe, hit the bell. There's many ways you can support me. The links for this model will be down in the description below, where you can find the model or the finished product as well. There'll be a couple of links down there, as well as links to the future videos as well. The installation videos, the assembly videos, and let me know if you want to see my acetone box. That will be a separate video. That'll go about how to go about filling it with acetone, the safety precautions, what you need to look out for, how to go about smoothing big objects like this, smaller objects. So let me know if you want to see that, and I'm more than happy to make a little video on it. And of course, hit that bell, subscribe, because I'm planning this year to do a little bit more work on my YouTube, on my hobbies with my cars. And I have a number of things in mind that I want to print for my E36 and for my 350Z. Hopefully life doesn't get too busy and I can get around to that. But of course, if it does, there's nothing really we can do about it. These are hobbies after all. So thank you again for watching. You must take care, enjoy, be safe, and have fun. We'll see you in the next one.